All right, hopefully this works now. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. This is episode 226 of the Team Heal podcast, the end of the year show. What is up, motherflowers? It's me. It's Steve here. Thank you all for tuning in live to this podcast. If you're not watching us or listening to us live, it's okay. You can tune into this podcast on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Google Play, also over at Google Play Music, where you can download and listen to the show on the go throughout the week. This is our end of the year show Q&A special. And oh boy, cannot wait for this. I'll be honest with you guys, this is our take two. I say take two because we tried doing this shit earlier, and for some reason it wasn't working. And my cohorts that are here with me right now, if you guys can let me know in the chat, in our little Skype chat, if the audio's coming out great, let me know. I would really appreciate it. But thank you all for tuning in live. But like I said before, I'm not alone here. I'm joined here by two awesome guests here. First and foremost, my co-host from day one, my brother from another mother, Knowledge of Wrestling, Walter. How the fuck you been, buddy?
I've been awesome. I know this is take two, so the mood's kind of, not as exciting as the first time, but still we're going to try to make it as good as possible, for this show. It's the end of the year show, so these are always pretty fun, so I can't wait.
Indeed. And we're also joined here by another co-host of here. He's been he is the originator of the brand split. He's actually doing a live show in a couple of days where for everyone's sake, it's not no Tabasco cheap bullshit. We're talking some, hot, exotic places or shit where he has to drink a whole gallon of water. I don't know. But the one, the only, Thrash Maniac 99. What up, Thrasher?
I'm being forced here against my will. Not really. No, not really. It's good to be back on the Team Heal podcast, even though this is take two. One take too much. But hey, according to my end, it's all fine. So hopefully we can create a Team Heal podcast that is enjoyable.
I'm just out. So yeah, guys, I'm trying to do something different for you guys as well. I'll be on webcam as well. I know a lot. We're sick and tired of frozen, background layer and shit like that. Want to see you guys on camera, what have you. Well, my computer isn't strong enough to have everyone on camera. Unfortunately, I have a laptop. I don't have a hard drive computer and shit like that. But based on today's events that transpired, I guess this is the message that my laptop is giving me. Like, yeah, motherfucker, you better get a new laptop in 2018 because this is the end of our, rope here and shit. But here we are again. 2017 has been a great year, if you will. Thank you all to everyone that's listened to this podcast throughout the year, whether you've downloaded, you listened to, what have you, or you shared it with a friend. We thank you. We thank you. And we got big things coming up in 2018, and we just hope that you guys are just, again, all aboard for what's to come, if you will, here. So we have a Q&A to answer, your questions and answers that you guys have been asking us and shit like that. So here we go. Here we are. We're time for us to answer your questions. Are you guys ready?
Yep.
Yo, you are cutting. Yo, you are cutting out. Am I really cutting out that bad, guys? By the way.
It was earlier, but you're fine now. You're fine now, though.
Yeah, guys. Again, just bear with me here, okay? Bear with me, okay? We had to do some adjustment because apparently OBS was fighting back against us, if you will. It's like an organ. It's like a body almost. You know what I mean? When you put so much shit into a program, and it says I'm cutting in and out really bad. I'm gonna check this out right now.
Well, you're better now. I don't know.
I don't know. Just bear with me, okay? I'm getting good here on my phone. I'm rewatching it here, by the way. As you can see, I'm rewatching here as well, just in case. All right, but to each their own. Okay, to each their own. So yeah, grab the questions, read them if you can, because I had you guys send in questions. All right, if anything, I'm gonna go right here as well. All right, I'm gonna go back and forth with the webcam, and if I can as well with the whole overlay. Back and forth, okay? So just bear with me on that as well. Alright, back and forth. I'll be with webcam, I'll be with overlay. We'll make this shit work. Believe me, we'll make this shit fucking work. Believe me, mother flowers. We'll make this shit work. So, like I said before, I had you guys send in questions. And now it's time for me to sit here, sit back, and answer these set questions that you guys send me throughout the week. And again, it could have been about anything you guys wanted, pro wrestling, combat sports, whatever the hell you wanted to ask me. It's now my time to answer these questions. And this is, we consider like an interrogation, if you will. Like, this is the interrogation. And I have Levi gonna ask these questions. That's gonna ask the questions, if you will. And if we have time, we'll take some calls as well. All right. I don't guarantee it, but we're gonna see if we get it happening here. Okay.
Okay.
It's like choose to hit or miss. 5 minutes, great. Then 30 seconds of hot garbage. It happens, man. Okay, listen. No one's perfect. Again, when we have laptops, this is the shit you're gonna expect. Okay. It's not like we have computers here or crap like that. All right. So just bear with us here. Okay. Bear with us. All right. So let's get on to the Q&A, shall we? Levi, you have the questions ready, right?
Yes, I do.
So let's get into the interrogation. Begin. And if we can as well, we're going to go like round table. All right, round table and shit. All right, with these answers as well, okay? So take it away.
All right, so the first 3 questions I see come from Remy Lebeau. The first question he asks, over/under on how many beta male, manlay, neckbeard having, no pussy getting, loser smarks will foolishly boo the guy Roman Reigns at WrestleMania this year.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Listen, man. I know a lot of folks right now. I know a lot of you butthurt Bati boys right now are not happy. You guys are upset that your beloved Finn Balor is not competing for the championship at the Royal Rumble, but we're getting Kane, that is. I'm reading the question as well. But back to what I was saying. I know a lot of you folks right now that are still upset that, hey, it's not Finn Balor facing the champion, getting the championship fight, what have you. It's someone else. I understand it. Okay, it's gonna be Kane and Braun Strowman, and from what it looks like, Roman probably will not win the Rumble. But I think at the end of the day, listen, it's WrestleMania. It's gonna be WrestleMania in New Orleans. You don't have your casual viewers going there. You have everyone from all over the world that you can think of. Okay, and they're gonna boo the fuck out of Roman. I'll give you an example. Okay, over a year ago, me, Connor, and Matt from In the Robe Show, right? Which, by the way, I'm trying to get him on in 2018. From Matt from In the Robe Show again on the show. We've been in contacts, so keep your eyes and ears peeled when that happens, what have you. So we were in Dallas, WrestleMania 32, 100,000 people in Cowboy Stadium, so they said, and people booed the fuck out of Roman Reigns. I was the only guy there cheering for the big dog. So imagine that, okay? And now in New Orleans, which I think is ridiculous. Like, I think it's ridiculous, but it's gonna happen. And that's the thing about it. Whether people like it or not, WWE, they're not gonna now go and change their plans. They're not. They gave you guys what you guys wanted years ago, and now it's one of those things where, hey, fuck it. They have a plan, and now they're gonna want to go with it. And no matter what you do, no matter what we say, they're not gonna change their minds now. So let's take it for what. And not for nothing. You know what? The bill that Roman's getting now with being the Intercontinental Champion, granted, this should happen when it started back in 2014, 2015. It's happening now. It is what it is. I like it. What do you guys think?
So Mr. Roman Reigns, you know, it's he's always gonna get his fair amount of booze. Actually, a lot of booze. But yeah, I mean, he's gonna get a lot of booze. You're right. At the end of the day, Vince is gonna stick to his guns. WWE's gonna stick to their guns. They're gonna try to push this guy. I mean, as much as we don't want to, like, I wish it was something refreshing too. Believe it or not, it's not that I don't like Roman. I mean, I actually like Roman. It's just, I'm not really a fan of seeing Roman versus Brock. I don't mind Roman competing for the title, to be honest, because he's never really won the Universal title yet. Yes, he's had multiple chances, but it'd be a nice moment for him to win. I know people are tired of seeing the main event, but if they had a better matchup for him, I'd be all for it. But yeah, he's gonna get booed, especially against Lesnar. A lot of people like Lesnar, so yeah, he's definitely getting booed. If fair or not fair, but what can you do? Roman's doing his best to play his part. It's not his fault. It's more like the WWE's fault, the way they kind of book him in a way. But there is a lot of Roman haters that just hate for no reason as well. So it's not entirely WWE's fault or Roman's fault.
All right, what about you, Lee?
Well, I'm sort of on the other side of that spectrum. I don't hate Roman. I don't mind Roman, but the problem with him winning the Rumble match again is this. They're going to be in Philadelphia, the Wells Fargo Center, for the Royal Rumble next month. Nearly 3 years ago, Roman Reigns won the Royal Rumble match in Philadelphia. And, good Lord, people wanted to kill the guy. If they do that again, have Roman win the Rumble match again in Philadelphia, no less, for a second time, then there will be no redemption for Roman Reigns to ever get him cheered ever again. It just will not happen if they have Roman Reigns win the Rumble. I would be better off having him win like an Elimination Chamber match to get the title shot. Don't have him win the Rumble.
I agree with you.
Please do not have him win the Rumble.
I agree.
And besides, I do feel like a SmackDown guy is going to win the Rumble match anyways. As far as who that could be, I don't know. But if Roman's going to get in the Universal title match at WrestleMania, it'd be better off if he won a number one contenders match in an Elimination Chamber.
I agree with you 100% with the whole notion that if Roman wins the Rumble again in Philadelphia, people are going to explode. Okay? However, like you said, I do feel that a SmackDown Live guy will win the Royal Rumble. Maybe Nakamura. Hey, listen, I'll be real with you. I get the feeling to be Nakamura, but if it was up to me, I have to be Baron Corbin. I don't know what it is about him, but let's be real about it, okay? We know for a fact for SmackDown Live they're gonna probably do AJ versus Nakamura. That's probably the plan, if anything, right? But like Levi said, I would have Roman win the Chamber match, right? Win that Chamber match. You know what? Build him up good, though. Build him up like badass Roman Reigns. Build him up badass Roman. If we get a badass Roman, I guarantee you it'll be a whole different story right now. But as far as him being the Intercontinental Champion, as far as him, with the run that he has right now, this should have happened a long time ago. I think a lot of fans, a lot of people that hate Roman, what have you, that put the pitchfork whenever you mention his name, will probably feel the same way that, hey, this should have happened a long time ago. And not to that extent, folks do it too because, hey, they just wanted to be cool. They want to be on this whole hipster bullshit because the cool shit is to hate Roman Reigns. Put it this way.
That's what I'm saying.
Put it this way.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys know who Sports Illustrated named their #1 wrestler of the year?
The Miz.
No. My bad.
Oh, that was Rolling Stone.
Kenny Omega is wrestler of the year in rolling for Sports Illustrated. A New Japan guy, right? Not Roman Reigns. To each their own, of course. Okay, but we'll get into that later on. We'll give our thoughts on what's wrestler of the year and shit like that. So guys, stay tuned. Tune in. Make sure you hit that sub button. Make sure this is a share button you're hitting right now. Everyone know we're live. We'll be taking calls just a little bit as well after we know with this Q&A. There's so much shit to get into. All right. Next question.
Oh yeah. Next up, the second question from Remy Lebeau was thoughts on Celeste Bonin returning to wrestling on February 10th for the Coastal Championship Wrestling, and will we see her back in WWE before the end of 2018?
I look forward to seeing her. I'm pretty sure high spots or up slowly, something like that. It's gonna be out there, okay? No matter what. 'Cause at every show you go to, fan who brings out a flip phone or a smartphone, right, and they just do this, and it's on the internet. I look forward to seeing, if she still has it, A, and B, will she continue from this, and C, could she actually have a good independent wrestling run? Because if the logic is, WWE right away, I don't think. I think right now WWE is content with what they have currently as far as the women's roster. Right now. Could it be next year? Maybe so. Maybe in 2019. Who the fuck knows? Or maybe she does an appearance in that women's Royal Rumble match that we don't fucking know about, whatever, but we'll see. But over to see does in her return. What do you guys think? Goodbye, Walter. Talk to me, boys. This is going to work. It's going to be round table here.
I know the question just didn't interest me. I'm sorry, but I'll answer it anyway. You're talking about Caitlyn, right?
That's right, Caitlyn. The same
okay. Because the person uses her real name, so I had to think for a second.
Yeah, she's going by her real name.
Yeah, I've heard. So yeah, I had to think for just a second. Don't worry. I didn't have to look it up. But Caitlyn, yeah, like you said, we'll see how she performs in the promotion that she's going to. And yeah, I feel like why wouldn't she be one of the entrants at the Rumble? I mean, if they're gonna make it a 30-woman Royal Rumble, I would assume she'd be one of the returns. But if she wants to go back to wrestling, more power to her. It looked like she was improving near the end of before she left. It looked like she was trying somewhat, but she's hot, and I think she could develop into something. I mean, as long as you put in the effort, there's something going on. Especially if Caitlyn, she has that body type. That they got Dana Brooke there pretty much to kind of replace someone like Caitlyn. So if you bring Caitlyn back, what's the point of Dana Brooke? Who likes Dana Brooke? They could cut her. It all depends. I'm not wishing anything bad on Dana Brooke. I'm just saying they both have like that bodybuilder type. But Caitlyn is hotter. So.
Well, my thoughts on this. I'm glad to see Celeste Bonin or Caitlyn finally coming back to wrestling after she'd been gone for almost 4 years. Yeah, and like Walter said, she improved a lot in her last year before she left. She had really good matches with AJ Lee when they were going after the Divas Championship. I remembered their match from, I believe I think it was either both Payback and Money in the Bank 2013. I'm pretty sure. And they were good matches. Like she held her own against AJ Lee. So if she comes back and keeps that intensity going that she had at the end of her WWE run, then yeah, I think she'll do well in this little independent match she's going to do. As far as if she'll be back before the end of 2018, I say yes. I don't think she would be in the Women's Rumble match. Then again, you never know. But I do expect her to be back in WWE before the end of 2018 for sure.
All right. Moving right along now. Next question.
And then the final question from Remy LeBeau. What's your New Year's resolution as far as pro wrestling goes?
I was about to say.
Okay, for me, I'm going to say this right now, and this is, again, my honest opinion. Take it for what it's worth, okay? As far as wrestling is concerned, I'm going to say this right now. Put the cam off for this one. I'm going to try to go as much shows as I can go to in my area, all right? Whether it be Ring of Honor, whether it be WWE, Raw or SmackDown. I might be going. I might be going to Backlash coming up in May at Prudential. I was supposed to go to WrestleMania this year, but due to lack of communication, lack of planning, what happened this year. However, we are going to be doing SummerSlam. Grand Slam here, buddy. Grand Slam here, right? We're going to probably do the same thing we did this year. Rent out the apartment, what have you, and have a fun weekend. And maybe, have Connor join us as well. The usual people as well. And we'll see. Maybe even Elena. Who the hell knows? But as far as that, go to a lot of wrestling shows. And if you know what? At the same time, get that same... What's what I'm looking for here?
Saying what? Like
the same feeling that the other big YouTubers get when they go to wrestling shows, like like Grim and Luge and you know what I mean, right? Like, Walter, we talked about this on the Uber ride back from Brooklyn. We talked about this shit, like the goals in 2018 to be recognized and shit like that, to be at a certain point. That's the goal.
Oh yeah. Yeah, to improve. Yeah,
to improve on this podcast, be consistent with the uploads, put out more videos, and just give you guys entertaining content. I do have a video planned before this year, okay? So keep your ears peeled when that drops as well. It's gonna be fire. Erwin Copperfield making a comeback, guys. If you guys remember that dude, all right. So those are some goals that I have right now. What about you guys? Walter, Levi. I don't know why I called you Connor, but you kind of get the gist, right?
Almost call me Connor. Call me Connor, but man, the wrestling wise, I want to say tune in maybe a couple more, because I'll be honest, I don't watch Raw and SmackDown every week like that. I mean, I don't watch it fully like most of you do. Actually, I'm pretty sure some YouTubers kind of gave up a little bit. Not completely, but I understand the content's like not the best. But if only the Raws were good, I'd be watching at least somewhat every week on a daily basis. Not daily, weekly basis. But just I would say go to more shows. We are, like I said, we'll still do the SummerSlam thing because I like. Going to the shows during the summer is the best because the weather's warmer. I'm not all about this cold weather shit, and right now it's fucking freezing right now. But so it is fucking cold. So, but nonetheless, yeah, go to a couple more shows. Hang out with Steven as well. That way, and then at SummerSlam we get to hang out with more people. So, I guess just. More importantly to me, I guess it's just like, we could keep improving the podcast for sure. I mean, we're testing out new things. Obviously, we're having a bit of setbacks, but we just were trying to make shit work. And
Walter, another thing for you, dude. You need a mic, dude. Gotta get a mic.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'll get that mic once we get everything else settled. But I mean, everything is fine on my end.
This blue snowball that we use in Brooklyn, dude, like $30 on Amazon, dude. Just saying.
Well, I don't know about the snowball. I really like my brother's Yeti, so I could save up for a Yeti mic. It's just a matter of when I'm gonna buy it. But in all honesty,
join the Yeti Club like yours truly.
I'm definitely gonna probably see that. Take a look on that. But I'm gonna have to start using my computer again if I'm gonna do all that. But in 2018, I want to, be more a little invested and stuff like that. Because 2018, if we want to improve, I'll definitely get something, and maybe I'll start making videos again. But that's only if I'm really motivated. But as far as the podcast goes, we definitely want to, I want to definitely be involved in improving it. I think every show you want to improve. But with this one, if we could really take it to the next level, that'd be nice. And definitely. As long as we put in the work,
Um, I guess for me, New Year's resolutions in the world of pro wrestling, kind of echoing back what Steven said, to go to more shows in my area. I might be going to Fastlane in March since it's going to be in Columbus, and it's a SmackDown pay per view, so hopefully it'll be better than the other Fastlanes we've had so far. God, 2017 Fastlane, worst pay per view of the year, but that's to steal another catchphrase. That's around the point, folks. But yeah, that's probably my number one.
Levi, I'm about to hit you with that cease and desist, bro. I'm about to hit you with that cease and desist.
Um, but yeah, that would be my number one thing is to go to more shows in my area. Since this year I only went to one show, and that was the SmackDown after Money in the Bank in Dayton. So yeah, I want to try and go to more shows. Also, this has been one I've been trying to do since 2014. That's watch more NXT, not just the takeovers.
Yeah, I forgot.
Because I always keep forgetting to watch NXT every week on the network or whatever. Like, I remember, I don't know, it just seemed like ever since NXT was on the WWE network, it's like the mystique of wanting to watch NXT kind of went away for me, because prior to WWE Network, I would seek it out on like watchwrestling.net or whatever and watch it, and I would do reviews for it. So maybe, hopefully, I can return to the old stomping grounds of doing NXT reviews and watching it every week. That would be my number two. But yeah, the number one thing, go to more shows in my area. That's pretty much all I got.
All right. Next question. So should I get these rapid fire? I want to take calls. I want to do other shit as well. I want to talk about Wrestler of the Year, Match of the Year, and shit as well, all right? Rapid fire if we can with these questions.
All right, the next three come from the Double Z TV. What's up, buddy? Do you believe that the Usos will finally have a match on the main card of WrestleMania 34 after still not having a WrestleMania main card match in their 7 years on the main roster so far?
I hope
Damn.
so. They deserve
That's
one.
Crazy.
Like, me and Walter were in, like, two crazy stories. So last year, 32, right? Me and Connor and Matt, we got to the building and they just had the Dudley Boy versus the Usos in like the tables match, right? And it was the pre-show of that, which was sad, right? And then this year for SummerSlam, right? Me, Walter, Connor, Elena, and other company as well. We get to the building, and it's like the Miz, the Miz, and who was it? Well, true what? It was the Miz. It was the Miz Taraj,
Mr. Raj.
Yeah, Jason Jordan and the Hardys, right? And after that, it was the Usos versus the New Day on the pre-show, the kickoff show they usually fucking do, right? It was kind of like the sad, and it wasn't a bad map. It was like, yo, this is one of your hottest feuds in the tag team division, and it's being relegated to the fucking pre-show, which was sad. Hopefully, I really hope, but honestly, I don't see it happening anytime soon. It should happen, but who knows, right? Then again, though, if Zack Ryder is able to get his fucking music played at WrestleMania on the main card, I don't see why not, though.
Yeah. Well, this is about the Usos, right? What the fuck?
Your sound is bad, by the way. My sound that bad, by the way?
I mean, it's getting better now. I mean, it was cutting off a little bit again, but
let me go on the web. Here we go. Again,
it's
I'm rotating back and forth between webcam and overlay, so just bear with me on that as well, okay?
Right. No, but as far as the Usos go, they definitely need to be on the main card, because I'm tired of disrespect from these guys. I don't care if we're doing categories later. I'm just gonna say it. The Usos are tag team of the year, so it's just it's kind of disrespectful to just leave them out like that again for Mania. And they never had a main card match before. That's crazy, man. So hopefully they definitely are in the card, especially if I know we're tired of probably seeing Usos and New Day a lot, but if New Day is like if they're doing another type of thing that they did on what's that pay-per-view they just had, Clash of Champions, then they should be on the main card, because even when the New Day was there, they were still having pre-show matches. That was really annoying. But for sure, if if there's one tag division that should be on the main card, you might as well have the SmackDown tag division, because I know in Raw, like, I know the Raw tag division, they care about a little more because of the star power, but I mean, you still got something on SmackDown. So I would like to see at least the people who actually deserve to be on, who worked their ass off this year, to be rewarded on the main on Mania next year. And I'm not talking about the pre-show either, like literally the main card.
What you, Levi?
I mean, I would hope they finally get a main card match, but I don't think they're going to, and it's simply because I don't know what it is with WWE at WrestleMania, especially after Mania 33. Why they always feel the need to put the SmackDown tag title matches on the pre-show. It's like, what, is Vince McMahon not like SmackDown? He just wants to have Raw rule the rooster? Which I'm guessing is why this won't happen. I don't think the Usos are going to get a main card match, even though they should, but, I mean, we can bicker all we want about it. It ain't going to really fix much of anything at the end of the day.
Fair enough, fair enough. All right. Next question here, Levi.
So the second question from the Double Z TV is, out of all three members of the Shield, who would you like to meet in person one day?
Come on, really? Come on.
Yeah, that's an easy one for me.
Roman Reigns. Roman. Man.
Yeah, honestly, for me, it's Roman Reigns too. I mean, nothing against the other two. Maybe Seth Rollins, but I think I lean more towards Roman Reigns. Maybe I don't know. It's just I know a lot of people find him boring, but he seems like a totally different guy. He seems like a totally different guy outside of his character.
Word, so, exactly.
He played football. So we could talk about how he did in Georgia Tech, or anything really like that comes up in my mind, because I feel like I could relate to him more than a Rollins, and definitely no, like I don't know what I can talk to Dean Ambrose about, to be honest. Like, at least with Rollins, maybe there's
how to be a titty master, bro.
Yeah, maybe that. You're right. You might be right. So Rollins, I feel like there might be something that we can. Rollins as well. He likes his football and shit. So I know we could talk about some other shit as well. But I think with Roman, it'd be a better conversation than both of those guys. But maybe all three of them are good. Who knows? So.
About you, Levi?
Well, meanwhile, I'm the complete opposite. I think Roman would be the last one, only because it was like what Walter was saying, where he didn't know what he would talk to Dean Ambrose about. I wouldn't know what to talk to Roman Reigns about. Maybe football, but that would be it. But the one that I would really love to meet is Dean Ambrose, because, well, for several reasons. First, home state boy. He's an Ohio native like me, so that's a special bond for me there. Number two, he loves heavy metal like I do. And number three, I would just have more to talk about with him than Reigns. Rollins, he would be my number two, kind of just for the metal stuff, because I know he's a big metal guy and stuff like that. So Roman would be the last one, but my number one is Dean Ambrose. Always has been, always will be. Nothing's going to change it.
All right, next question.
But at the same time, it's each to their own, of course. But the final question from the Double Z TV. This is good. Would you slap Connor in the face for $1 million?
Fuck yeah. Pimp slap too. The pimp slap and shit too. Why the fuck not?
I agree. We love you, Connor, but if it's just for one slap, I'll do it for $1 million. I'm sure you'll forgive us for it.
Oh man, I know Connor would. I will say no, but I know he's gonna agree. He's gonna be like, "You're crazy. Just please slap me."
He probably would be open for that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, Connor is Connor. He's one of the funnest dudes in the world.
Here's the thing about Connor, though. I'm gonna say this about Connor. We met him in person, right? He's an awesome dude and shit, but he's tall as fuck, yo. When you see him in person, he's tall.
How tall are you, Steven?
I'm like 5 with some change.
He's a giant.
How tall do you think Connor is?
He's like 6 with some change, probably. He
Yeah,
looks
I
like
probably would be closer to his height. I'm only
I,
6'6".
I believe in high school he probably played basketball. I don't know. He was a good basketball player back in his
No,
day.
yeah, he was definitely taller than expected, but I
Yeah.
mean, that's how I feel like most people are. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I'll tell him, I just don't feel right slapping you, but I know he'll be open to it, like, fuck it, it's $1
Just do
million.
it.
Why wouldn't
Just
you fucking slap me? I know that's what he
just
would say, so that's why I was like, okay, I'll fucking do it as long as you give me
exactly.
permission. Shit.
Exactly. Next question.
All right, next question comes from Pro Wrestling Talk. What is the best PS4 game so far? Now, I didn't know if he meant ever in PS4 or this year only.
Well, okay. He busts this out right now. I know a lot of folks are not expecting me to say W2K18, but actually no. It's actually, if I can find it here.
I think I already know what it's going to be.
What is it?
FIFA?
Fuck yeah. FIFA 18,
I knew
bro.
it.
I have 17 here, but fuck it. I have 17 here. You get the idea. It's 18, okay? It's fucking FIFA 18. Hands down. Fuck you mean? FIFA 18, bro. Actually, what I'm planning on doing on Twitch is doing a lot of FIFA gameplay on Twitch. Here's the thing about it, too. I know there's a lot of folks out there that prefer PES, which is Pro Evolution, which is fine as well. I'm just not down with playing as Man Red and Man Blue. Walter, have you ever played PES, by the way? PES? Pro Evolution?
Yeah.
I'm just not down with the idea.
Well,
I'm not down with the idea. So, because of licensing, not every team is like they're in the game, but they're getting a bootleg version. So Manchester United on Pro Evolution is Man Red, and and Chelsea is Man Blue. However,
why is Chelsea Man Blue?
because of licensing and shit, you don't have the entire Brazilian club teams in the game. Like you don't have Paulo Guerrero in the game. He's not because of licensing and shit like that. So there's a tweakage I found out on how to get every single team in their regular format on Pro Evolution. So there's a patch you gotta do. It's just so much bullshit, but it's possible. It works. It works.
Fuck that. Just get FIFA.
No. I'm Pro Evolution. Pro Evolution. Keep this in mind. Keep this in mind. The good thing about Pro Evolution is the fact that you get to play the UEFA Champions League, and the actual way UEFA Champions League. Because on FIFA it's called Champions Cup.
It's the same shit.
Yeah, but it's not the whole prestige. The whole prestige of the UEFA Champions League, the intro and shit like that. It's in Pro Evolution. It's not in FIFA.
Man,
I know. Like real talk. I was always a FIFA guy. Always will be a FIFA guy. Team FIFA all the way. But that's just me, of course. But for me, it's FIFA. What about you guys?
What was the question again? The favorite video game or something?
Best PS4 game so far.
PS4.
And he didn't phrase it as if he was saying of all time or this year.
PS4 game?
PS4.
Yeah, I don't got a PS4. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I'll be qualified for that, but I mean,
I guess I could answer since I got a PS4.
I got cross exclusive, but I mean, I don't know.
I don't play enough games in that way to really say. Like, the only games I really play are sports games, Grand Theft Auto, and superhero stuff. That's pretty much it. But I would say best PS4 game I've played is Grand Theft Auto 5, and I still play it to this day. I was playing a lot of it today, fun fact. So I guess I would say GTA 5. Then again, like I said, I don't play very many other games to really give a straight-up answer. Most people would say, oh, it's Call of Duty or Destiny or Overwatch or all these games that I have no idea what they're all about anymore. So, yeah.
Exactly. Word to your mother, bro. Word to your mother.
All right, so the next three questions come from...
Hold up. I'm going to comment. Connor the Giant is confirmed.
Yeah, I sealed that comment.
Man,
all right.
Please, let me fix my man bun real quick. Let me fix this man bun real quick. There we go. Continue on.
So the next three questions come from Steve Millen First off, what are your
Awesome,
thoughts
dude.
on the current?
Awesome, dude.
What
Awesome,
are
dude.
What are your thoughts on the current chaos that is going on with CZW? Well, I can't answer this because I don't watch CZW, so I'll
Neither
let
do.
the
Me
others.
neither. It's all you,
Okay,
Steve.
nobody can answer it.
Never was,
No
to be
one-
honest. Never really was a big fan of CZW.
Yeah, same here. Question number 2. Do you think that Gina Carano will follow Ronda Rousey to the WWE and have a match against her there and several of the divas and 3 other horsewomen?
Not really. I think Gina's just doing her movies, and she's fine with that. If anything, she would have mentioned it or made a splash or shit like that, but no, I don't think so.
She doing her own shit.
Yeah, she seems to be getting around really well in Hollywood. I mean, the fact she got in the first Deadpool movie should tell you that she's really happy doing movies.
Yeah, just stay what you're doing. Don't go.
And then the final question from Stephen Millens. He asks, what are your thoughts on Star Wars The Last Jedi and the direction that J.J. Abrams and Ryan Johnson have taken the series? Well, I don't watch Star Wars, so I'm not qualified to answer, but Stephen?
Neither have I, bro. I'm sorry, man.
Why you got that question?
Can you think I said ask whatever you want? Now keep this in mind again.
Man.
I never watched Star Wars. Again, I have friends that have. They're into it. They get so upset if you spoil it. I guess. Walter, have you watched Star Wars, by the way?
I didn't. I watched a couple. I'm not the biggest fan. I didn't even watch the recent movie, so I can't really answer it. I heard it's not really the best out of most of the Star Wars movies, but that's just what I've heard. So I don't know. I haven't watched it.
Yeah, I'm the guy who's not seen a whole Star Wars movie from top to bottom. I've seen moments and bits and pieces. But yeah, from what I heard, it's been a mixed reaction with Last Jedi, from what I heard. Some people really like it, some people really hate it. Then again, you get that with pretty much every movie nowadays.
Yeah. Exactly. Next question now. Levi, next question.
Oh, my mic was muted. Next 3 questions come from Sam Katz.
All right.
The first question is, can I get your Wrestle Kingdom predictions?
Oh man.
I don't watch New Japan, so I can't comment.
I will do a video on that in the upcoming week. So keep your eyes and ears peeled when that video drops.
Come on. Just the 2 main predictions is going to be Omega and Okada wins, okay?
I hope Naito wins, actually. More with Naito, but I'll get to that later on. There you go. Moving on. Go, Levi. I can't hear you, buddy. Your mic's muted again.
I keep clicking it. It's not... Okay, now we're good.
Come on, Blue Yeti.
Question number 2.
This shit never happens. This never happens with a road, by the way. Just saying.
You watch it, Steven. At least I didn't have as many screw-ups as you did. Anyways, but back to business. The second question from Sam Katz. Are you going to Manhattan Mayhem?
Walter, are we going?
Is that what it's called? Manhattan?
Ring of Honor.
Is that?
On a Saturday. Hey, it's on a Saturday, buddy.
But when? I know it's on a Saturday.
March 3rd.
March?
That's
right.
3rd. It's on a Saturday.
But Manhattan Mayhem's not... That's like the... Are they doing tapings there?
I guess like a house show. I put tapings and shit like that, probably.
Man, I hope it's just a house show. I don't know if I want to sit through 4 fucking ROH tapings.
Oh, no, dude. We'll see. Next question.
Alright, and then the final question from Sam Katz. Who do you think is the most underrated in New Japan Pro Wrestling?
I'm going to say Hiromu Takahashi. He's amazing. Doesn't get nearly enough credit, though.
You think so?
Dude.
Takahashi.
Guy's amazing. Nah, Hiromu Takahashi.
Takahashi. I thought you said Tanahashi. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Takahashi, yeah, you're right. He's definitely up there. I'm trying to think of someone else.
Will Ospreay.
No. Is he even on the card? No, I'm thinking of this person. I don't think he's on the Wrestle Kingdom card, actually. Trying to find him. I mean, you could go to the next question. It don't matter.
Go, Levi. Next
All right. Next 3 questions come from Dynasty 215.
Hey, Dynasty. All right.
His first question. Oh my God. Why? Fuck, marry, kill. Awesome Kong, Nia Jackson, Nicole Bass.
Ooh, I like that question.
Okay.
Nicole Bass is too soon. Damn it! Come on.
I'd marry Nia Jax. I'd fuck Awesome Kong, and I'd kill Nicole Bass.
I'm going with that, Steven. I'm going to go exactly what you said, but god damn it.
Yeah, I'm pretty much the same.
Because at least Nia is pretty.
Yeah, I definitely gotta marry.
And she seems like a cool chick to be around with anyway, so.
Next question.
Question number 2. Would you rather own Man U or be in charge of WWE UK?
Man U.
The fuck? That's the easy question.
Own Man U, babe.
Owning a fucking one of the prestigious soccer clubs in the fucking world.
Exactly, dude. Be in charge of
you.
What? I'd rename Old Trafford after me? What? Fuck you mean?
I'd move them out of Manchester, to be honest. No, I'm kidding.
I don't know what to answer with this because I don't watch soccer. I guess for me, in charge of WWE UK, I don't know. And then the final question from Dynasty 215. Which will be better, the New Japan Rumble or the Women's Rumble?
The New Japan Rumble. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So they do it on the kickoff show before Wrestle Kingdom. Pretty much what they do, they pretty much bring in everyone that they cannot put on the Wrestle Kingdom card, as well as they bring back some legends from the past, from like the 80s and like 90s and shit like that. It's pretty much more to showcase the legends of New Japan Pro Wrestling. So they'll bring in like Fujiwara. They're bringing guys like Scott Norton. They're bringing Tiger Mask, Liger. They brought out one time. They brought back for Wrestle Kingdom 10. They brought back Kabuki, the Great Kabuki. Like he's like in his 80s and shit like that in the ring. Yeah. I remember one time they brought in Kaku, so keep that in mind as well. So I'll look forward to the New Japan Rumble.
I remember.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that definitely has to be better because I mean that women's rumble might be sloppy, to be honest.
Well, no, we'll see, dude. We'll see.
Well, we'll give it a chance. You're right.
All right. Next 3 questions come from World Weston Entertainment.
Weston, who's making a speedy recovery.
Oh yeah.
His first question: what other WWE vs. New Japan dream matches would you like to see?
Believe it or not, John Cena versus Hiroshi Tanahashi.
Believe it or not, I think that was one that was brought up before.
Yeah, still to this day.
Still.
What about you, Levi? I know you don't follow much New Japan, but
I do know of Kenny Omega, and I've seen some of his stuff. I guess for me, Kenny Omega versus John Cena.
What about Okada versus Roman Reigns? That's my dream match.
That's too soon, bro. That's too soon.
I love that match. Hey, too soon.
Okada Reigns, baby.
Fucking win that match. That's what
Okada Reigns, baby. Okada Reigns. Here we go. Next question, Levi.
Question number 2: should WWE book Asuka versus Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania for the Raw Women's title? No.
I don't see why not.
Absolutely not.
I get it. I think it's a profile match. Can you think about who else? I mean, yeah, I guess Charlotte, fine. But at the same time, there's more buzz, I think, with Charlotte or with Asuka right now. We put Ronda in the ring with, in my honest opinion. And again, they want their ESPN moment, and who can, at least hang with Ronda in a way. It would be Asuka or Charlotte, hands down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rousey would be the only. But like, if Austin's gonna lose to someone, I guess Ronda would be the only one that comes up to mind. Like, to be honest, and the matchup seems pretty good, believe it or not. So, if they do pull the trigger and do that instead of Charlotte, I wouldn't mind.
Meanwhile, I don't think that'd be a good idea. In my mind, Asuka versus Ronda, I don't think that would be a smart idea. I would prefer Charlotte versus Ronda. After all, it makes more sense to do Charlotte versus Ronda because of what happened with the Mae Young Classic and all that stuff and how they talk trash to each other on social media. So it just makes more sense for it to be Charlotte and Ronda at WrestleMania, and I do think that's what's going to happen. Hell, I was talking about this with Walter before we went live about that match possibly happening.
All right, next question.
And then the third and final question from World Western Entertainment is, will WWE continue to improve in 2018, or will they have an off year?
Continue to improve. Did they really improve this year?
I don't think they.
Teach their own.
Nah, I don't think they did.
I think honestly, like, pay-per-view quality this year was somehow worse than last year. Even though you had a lot of good pay-per-views this year, you had a lot of really bad ones. Last year there wasn't as many bad pay-per-views as there was this year. So
yeah. Next question, Levi. Next question.
All right, well, that was it for World Western Entertainment. We've got, just to double check, we've got 7 more questions left from 3 different people. First, one question from our boy OKFabe Corner. He asked this question, and do you mind if I answer it first, Steven?
Sure, go ahead.
Because I got something to say about this. His question is, do you think WWE will clear Daniel Bryan or have him sign some sort of legal documents waiving liability to wrestle Shane McMahon at WrestleMania 34? If not, how would you blow off the big rivalry between Shane and Bryan at WrestleMania 34? Well, I think they will clear Bryan. Otherwise, what's the point of this storyline with him and Shane, you know? I do think they will clear him. And I was talking about this earlier today with some friends on my TeamSpeak chat, talking about with some of my racing friends who like wrestling, that if Bryan gets cleared to wrestle again in WWE, Bryan should only wrestle Big Four pay-per-views. Don't have him wrestle SmackDowns very much or any other shows. If he is going to wrestle again, wrestle only Big Four to keep him fresh and to keep his health in check. But if he doesn't get cleared, how would they blow it off? I can't think of anything. I honestly think Bryan will get cleared to have this match with Shane.
All right, I think in the situation right now, right, it would be silly if they don't clear him because they're doing all this shit not to have a match. However, I know a lot of folks are anticipating Bryan to come back. Me, honestly, I don't lose sleep on it. Where if he does come back, he's not taking bumps. Just know that right now. He's not going to be the same Bryan that he was in 2013, 2014, taking all these bumps and high-risk maneuvers and shit. If anything, just remember Bret Hart versus Vince at WrestleMania 26, where Bret didn't take any bumps. He did the punches and more punches and stomps. It's pretty much what you're going to see from Bryan. If he does come back for one more match. If anything, who else better to come back for other than Shane McMahon right now? Probably the most safest guy on the roster right now when you think about it.
Yeah. Even though he throws some potatoes sometimes, ask The Undertaker. But, I mean, to counter your point, Steven, about him not taking bumps, I mean, supposedly he's been doing a lot of training, and from what I hear, he has been doing some bumps, so... Yeah, maybe he'll lay off. Maybe he'll lay off the high flying stuff. Maybe he'll lay off the high risk stuff. And if he can eliminate that, I'll be fine. He doesn't have to jump off from the top rope or through the ropes to have a good match.
What about you, Walter?
Yeah, I pretty much agree with most of you. Daniel Bryan he needs to come back at least for this rivalry with Shane McMahon. It doesn't make sense for him not to wrestle against Shane. And yeah, he might not wrestle the same style, but does that really matter? I mean, I think Daniel Bryan could still pull out a good match even without wrestling that style he's used to wrestling. It's best for him to adjust his style, to be honest, because I mean, if he still wants to wrestle, he needs to change. He needs to change up some things, and maybe they could have that part-time schedule. Like they do with some of their wrestlers now. But at least against Shane, he needs to wrestle. Against Shane, because all this random stuff that happened in Clash of Champions with that crazy booking of that match, that epic clusterfuck of that tag team match, they better wrestle. At least at Mania.
So basically, at the end of the day, WWE, please for once finish a storyline, please.
All right. Moving right along.
All right. We got 6 more questions from 2 people. Next 3 come from Michael Corvin.
Long-time listener.
Oh, man.
One of our favorite callers as well. Wrap it up here. Let's go.
All right. So his first question: Iceland is in the North Atlantic. Its capital city is Reykjavik. Do you think? Who do you think is going to win the Royal Rumble match, and who do you want to win? Basically, it's about the Rumble match. I guess that Iceland thing was just a little fun fact for us.
I get it. I'm going to go with my hair brother. I want to see win it again, believe it or not, is Roman Reigns. To piss off the entire IWC. But I do feel at the end of the day, who will end up winning it is Shinsuke Nakamura.
Who do I think is going to win? I agree, Nakamura. Who do I want to win? Finn Balor. Yes, I'm one of those people because it just makes sense for me personally.
Oh man.
Nothing against Nakamura. It would be awesome if he won either way. So there you go.
Who would I want to win? That is a great question. I mean, damn. Wow. There's 3 people that come into mind. And, I don't know. I don't want Roman to win, believe it or not. I don't. He doesn't need to win. He could win at the Chamber, like some of you said, and face Brock. Wow. If Batista or Goldberg comes back, they need to win. That's option 1 there.
Big Dave coming back for the Rumble, man.
Batista or Goldberg come back, they need to win. No questions asked. My other guy that I was just thinking of, I don't know why I didn't mention him first, was Matt Hardy, believe it or not. I know that's crazy. That's like literally the wild card. That's just I know it's not gonna happen, but it'd be very interesting to see if it does.
Ooh.
And then my last option would be John Cena.
Okay.
Believe it or not. So I don't know. Out of all those people, who I think's gonna win? Probably Nakamura. Most likely gonna be Nakamura, I think.
All right. The second question from Michael Corvin: what are your thoughts on the NWA revival spearheaded by new NWA owner Billy Corgan?
I think he's doing a phenomenal job. I think he is doing an amazing job on reviving something that was sort of dead, if you will. But I mean dead, I don't mean dead like R.I.P. I mean dead like hasn't been relevant in years. I recommend people check out their YouTube series, the 10 Pounds of Gold, which is entertaining. Nick Aldis, formerly known as Magnus, is the new NWA World Champion. Good for him, you know what I mean? Fine, either he's not going to WWE, it is what it is. But again, I do recommend you guys check it out for what it's worth. And good for good for Billy Corgan, going full circle here, getting fucked over by Impact Wrestling to now, turning what was an old fossil to something that's entertaining and shit.
Well, yeah, he's trying, right? I haven't heard much about it, but I think I read an article where he was, yeah, he was fixing up that company. But yeah, I mean, he could have had TNA, but good for him. You know, I know it didn't work out for TNA, but now there's something else for him for the NWA, which is not going to be obviously to where it once was. But the fact that he's doing something with it instead of just, you know, just buying it, that's pretty cool. So yeah, do what you got to do for with your investment.
There you go. What you,
Um,
Levi?
I don't know much about it. I have like heard things that's been doing pretty good, and for Billy Corgan, I guarantee you there is still a bunch of people out there that are probably like, "Why is a rock musician in the pro wrestling business and all this?" Well, if those people had any brains, they would know with Billy Corgan's story, like I do. Mostly, I know about him because I'm a rock guy, but yeah, the head honcho behind one of the great 90s bands, Smashing Pumpkins, and he has had a parallel career to someone like Chris Jericho. This is why I think Billy Corgan and Jericho are perfect together whenever they talk on shows and whatnot, because they both had similar childhoods. Both grew up loving music and wrestling, and they
Exactly.
wanted to do both. Jericho, wrestling took off first and then music. For Corgan, it was music that took off first and then wrestling. So I can't think of any two people in this business that has had parallel careers like those two. And Corgan is super passionate about wrestling. He grew up loving it as a kid, and he knows all about it. So I felt if he ever got involved in wrestling and became an owner of a company, he would do good things. And from what I hear, he has been doing good things. So I'm all for it, and I should, and yeah, you should send me a link to that show, because that might actually be something I might dig.
It's a YouTube channel, dude. Just look at NW National Wrestling Online. You should feature. You'll find it there.
Yeah.
If anything.
All
All right.
right.
Last.
And then the
Yes.
third and final question from Michael Corvin, and I want to answer this first. Woken Matt Hardy as Universal or WWE Champion in 2018, good or bad idea? I think it would be a great idea if they keep the momentum they've got going with him right now. It would be a fantastic idea for him to finally get a world title in WWE that he never got. ECW title doesn't count.
I think it'd be cool. I think if they can carry this momentum with the Woken, I'll be real. I'm not really digging it right now. Hopefully this can improve. Hopefully they'll get it together. But who's to say, right? Who's to say? Anything's possible. What do you think, Walter?
Yeah, I was just mentioning that, right? That he could win the world title once again. So yeah, we could start at the Royal Rumble maybe, but I know it's not gonna happen. Um, he kind of deserves it. If this gimmick does, like you said, if right now it's just not, it's not bad, but I think they're just slowly building it up. I hope to where eventually we can get really behind this gimmick, and which fans are already. But I'm saying to the point where he has interesting segments like he did on TNA. So yeah, I'm all for Matt Hardy winning a world title. It doesn't matter at this point. It'd be pretty cool to see, actually, believe it or not, with the Woken gimmick at least.
Yeah, because at least with right now, with how it is right now, some people may not be as into it. You gotta remember, they can't just go full on exactly what he did before. You gotta build it up slow for the casual fans who have no idea who Broken Matt Hardy is or never heard of him prior. So you gotta build it up slow in order for it to work, which is, I think, what WWE's doing. They're doing the right thing right now with Matt, only doing these short little vignettes with Bray, and only put him out in front of the crowd once for right now, and just go from there.
All right. Now let's get to the final three questions.
Yep. Final three questions from Killer of Demons 669, Peter Gilmore. First question: who in New Japan would you want to meet besides? Uh, I can't pronounce his name.
Naito.
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 Here's the thing. I already met the top guys. Like I met Okada. I met Tanahashi. I met Naito. I met Styles. I met Liger. I met Ospreay. Maybe I mean the generic answer would be Kenny Omega, but real talk, to me, Shibata. Katsuyori Shibata. That motherfucker was a legit badass. I mean, he's recovering from injury. He's recovering from an injury. But yeah, maybe Shibata would be one I want to meet, or Goto, or Ishii, but we'll see.
Ishii, is Ishii on Wrestle Kingdom card?
I don't think he is, dude.
That's what I'm saying. I think that was him that I was about to say that was underrated. He's not even on the damn card.
Yeah. All right. With that being said, Levi, I mean, you don't wild New Japan. I guess for you, be Kenny Omega, right?
Probably. That would be my answer because he's the only one of very few ones that I know of.
All right. This has been
what was the question? Meeting New Japan? Meeting a New Japan wrestler?
Yeah.
We did meet Tanahashi, I think, one time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, that was nice meeting him.
We even met Nakamura. We even met Nakamura.
Yeah, we met. I remember Nakamura. So yeah, there you go. I mean, I met the guys pretty much I wanted to meet. So there you go. I mean, Omega would, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The next question, Levi. The next 2 questions that are left.
Next, question number 2. Thoughts on New Japan's year so far?
It's been good. The matches have been great. Obviously better than WWE. From an in-ring perspective, of course. I think 2018 will be another good year for them. And I think what you saw in July when they came to the U.S. was big. It's going to be even bigger. And I don't want to come off like a New Japan marker because I'm not. Okay? But I do see big things coming up in 2018 for New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Oh, man, just say your mark. Come on.
No, I'm not, dude. Hell no.
What are you...
At the end of the day, every wrestling fan is a mark. Let's get that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but I'm not one of these diehards that like, how dare you disrespect New Japan. I'm not one of these fans. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, okay. New Japan always has some good years, yeah.
I'm not the extremist and shit like that, but there you go.
New Japan always pulls out some nice shows. So
the final question here. The final question.
All right, the final question. Who is really ready for Asuka?
My appetite.
Ready for Asuka? I'm not ready for anything right now. I'm ready to sleep, probably.
I'm ready to sleep as well.
There you go. All right, y'all. This has been the Q&A. Before we wrap up here, get some quick little rapid year in awards type of shit here. Wrestler of the year. I'm gonna say this right now. I think it's Okada.
Oh man, you crazy?
Yeah, I think it's Okada. Hands down.
How are you gonna disrespect Jinder Mahal like that?
He's comeback of the year. He's comeback of the year.
Jinder Mahal's comeback of the year?
Fuck yeah, bro.
This dude was WWE champion for the whole summer.
All right, Walter, who's your wrestler of the year?
It's definitely not him. I'm just fucking around. That's tough. I mean, yeah, from New Japan, yeah, Okada's been dominating like crazy. He's definitely top 3. Do I really need to go into TNA?
Nah, dude, just any wrestler in general. I don't care.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm thinking from like every top promotion I could think of. TNA I've been watching much, so I don't think anything stands out. I mean, Eli Drake's been the champion for quite a while, but I don't think he's really wrestler of the year. WWE, as far as that goes, that's a mixed bag as well. You could honestly think about giving it to AJ again, believe it or not. Okay. Because he's had a lot of good matches this year. He was good in the mid card. He's the champ right now. I mean, he's arguably, to me right now, I don't know who else. Do you want to really say Roman? I don't think Roman is either.
Not Roman.
I think Roman's put on some nice matches this year though. But I think AJ, he's always killing it. Because if you go to match of the years, I bet AJ's going to be at least in 1 or 2 to the match of the year candidates would be talking about. So,
what about you, Levi?
Easy answer, AJ Styles. Simply put, the guy had just like 2016, a phenomenal year. He started out WWE champion, Then went on and had one of the best matches of the year with Shane McMahon at WrestleMania. Then had a solid run as U.S. champion a couple times. And then to close off the year, he's WWE champion again. So, and not to mention, for me, he had, on my WWE pay-per-view matches of the year list, he had 3 matches in the top 5. His match with Balor at TLC, his match with Shane at WrestleMania, and funny enough, the number 1 match of the year in my mind was him and Cena at the Royal Rumble. The guy's just amazing, and I hope he's Wrestler of the Year for 2018.
Okay, we'll see about that. Now let's get into what we thought was the match of the year. I'm gonna AJ Styles versus John Cena Royal Rumble. Yeah,
that's an easy answer. I don't think there's another match.
That match for me, watching that match back and just watching that match and seeing how well they have chemistry. I mean, their match at SummerSlam last year was amazing. It was a classic. I didn't think they could top it. Well, they did at the Royal Rumble, and I even have the autographed Cena plaque from that match from the 2K17 limited edition box. Yeah, I mean, Cena, I think this was maybe the best match Cena has ever had in his career. Maybe Punk at Money in the Bank 2011's a contender, but as far as like in the ring, I think this was Cena's best in-ring performance of his career. And yeah, and say what you will about Cena getting a 16th world title and quote-unquote tying Ric Flair. Let's get this straight. Ric Flair's a 26-time world champion. They just don't recognize 10 reigns he had in his career. So don't worry, old school fans, you're safe.
All right, fair enough. And I think that wraps up. I mean, we can go tag. I think it's the Usos, obviously, tag team of the year.
Yeah,
I thought the Bar was better.
Yeah, the Bar is definitely up there.
The Bar was in that mix too.
Number 2 at least, the Bar.
All right.
The Usos was mine too, but yeah.
That pretty much wraps it up then. 2018 should be a fun year for wrestling. We got Wrestle Kingdom coming up. I will be doing Wrestle Kingdom predictions on this channel, so make sure you guys tune in for that as well when I'm ready to do that. I'll be also recapping Wrestle Kingdom 12 coming up sometime in the upcoming week. I actually have January 4th off, so fun for that. Thank you all for tuning in live this week. Thank you all for our end of the year show. We'll be back next week for our regular talking about the news and dirt sheets, shit like that coming up. I have another project, another podcast coming up in 2018 as well. I'll just say it here, fuck it. I'm thinking about bringing back Around the Point, but I want to bring it on Twitch. So I'll give you guys more details when those details come up. Thank you all once again for tuning in live. If you're not, again, on the iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, or TuneIn Radio, thank you to Levi. Thank you to Walter for tuning in. Thank you to everyone that's listened to us throughout the entire year. And again, we wouldn't do it. We wouldn't be here if it weren't for you guys right now. So you can follow me on Twitter at HeelSteven. You can follow the Team Mail Podcast on Twitter at Team Mail Podcast. Hit the sub button down below. Give us a big old thumbs up and share it through your entire social media. Okay, cuz.
Yeah, you could follow me on Twitter at HamWalter. You know where to find me. Yeah, this was a great year for us, I believe. I mean, yeah, there was mixed, technical difficulties near the end. That's because we're testing new things, so 2018 would be better, hopefully, for us, like it is. It's always about improvement. So definitely always check out the show every week, because we try our best, and it may not always come out, how do I say it? Like, not crisp, but like, I don't know how to fucking say it. I'm lost for words. It's 1:30 in the morning, but you know what I mean. We're just always tune in for the podcast every week if you can. If you didn't watch any wrestling this week, you could still even tune in, because we cover everything, even 205 Live. That was one of my resolutions. Watch more 205 Live, but I doubt that's gonna happen.
Yeah. All right, Levo, what about you, bro? Where can they follow you at?
Well, brace yourselves. I got a decent list. So you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/thrashmaniac99, or unsubscribe, because that seems to be the trend right now for me, is losing subscribers. And I know why, and we're not going to get into it. But if you want to subscribe, you can. You can follow me on Twitter at ThrashManiac99. You can follow me on Instagram at ThrashManiac99. And finally, you can follow me on Twitch.tv/ThrashManiac99. And if you want to watch my 7-hour live stream this Sunday for New Year's Eve going into 2018, feel free.
That's right, guys. He will be drinking hot sauce.
If people decide to want to tip, or if they want to donate or tip $20, I will drink hot sauce and snort pepper. And my God, I will burn in hell.
I believe you will. All right, guys, it's been the podcast. We'll be back next week. Happy New Year to you all. Drive home safe. Get home safe. Hope you had a wonderful Christmas as well. And we'll be back next week for more. It's been the Team Podcast. We're out like Janet's titties, guys. Peace out, y'all.